This is the Bushmaster ACR. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Peace, Love, and Guns. Today we have a very special treat for you. This is, of course, the Bushmaster ACR. This was originally designed by Magpul under the name the Magpul Masada. Bushmaster picked up the rights and production of it shortly after its design inception. And yeah, it's kind of a neat modern offering by Bushmaster. It's an ambidextrous carbine that is truly ambidextrous, which I think is novel. It's ambidextrous in that you can press the magazine button in from either side, and the function is the same. There's no lever on one side and a button on the other, or a button and a paddle on one side, because this gun was designed from the ground up to be an ambidextrous weapon. So that's kind of cool. You have the same fire selector on either side. It's very AR-ish, and that has roots in the fact that Magpul has done so much in the AR-15 kind of custom realm. One thing that's kind of AR-15-ish is Magpul designed the Magpul Bad Lever, which was kind of revolutionary in some circles. Some people don't really like it at all. They say that it's a firearms safety violation waiting to happen. I'm not of that school of thought. Granted, it is something that kind of stuck through the trigger guard, and that gives people the willies sometimes. But I rather liked its operation, and this is designed very much in that vein. You can lock the slide back, or rather you can lock the action to the rear by pressing up on this, and then you can also drop the action by pressing down on it. So it's very much like the Magpul Bad Lever. It's designed completely ambidextrous in that we can do it from both sides and in the same exact manner. No, oh, you can lock it back this way on this side, and then with the Bad Lever or with the AR-15s, you would have to hit a paddle on this side to then lock it back to the rear. So that's kind of cool that the functionality is the same on both sides of the rifle. I think that if you're going to design a rifle from the ground up, that the best rifle in theory that you can make would be ambidextrous and would be the same on both sides. Is this the best rifle ever? I'm not going as far to say that, but I think that it's cool that it has features like that. So again, you've got the fire selectors, the same experience on both sides. The magazine release is the same experience on both sides. And the bolt lock is the same on both sides. So that's kind of cool. The charging handle is reversible from left-hand side to right-hand side. So you could run it on the side of the gun here to make it more of an AK style of battery of arms, where you come under, sweep to charge the weapon. Of course, that wouldn't really be necessary, because you could just load your magazine in and then drop the action using the release there. But what I really like about this is that you can clear malfunctions with a simple flip of the finger, and you can chamber the next round after you've finished reloading or clearing a malfunction with the flip of a finger. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. This gun is obviously not a bone stock Bushmaster ACR. This came from the factory as a, I don't remember what color it was from the factory. I think it was black.
Probably.
This has actually received a digital Starry Night camouflage paint job by yours truly back in my younger days. This belongs to a friend of mine. I actually digitized a version of Starry Night and used Photoshop to kind of pixelate it and make it look similar to like 8-bit or 16-bit graphics. And then I painstakingly took a razor blade and cut out masking tape that had that printed onto it. And we have this very nice, if I don't say so myself, Starry Night patterned of camouflage on this weapon, so it's kind of neat. It's maybe a little bit amateurish on the Duracoating job. It's a little bit thick, but it's pretty cool. It's a small source of pride. If you hate it, you can tell me. I won't cry myself to sleep too many nights in a row. But yeah, digital Starry Night paint job. The owner of this has done some modifications to it. He uses a brass catcher because he reloads, so that's what this little contraption is for. This would have come with the Magpul flip-up polymer sights. It should be noted those sights are kind of lower than a standard A2 sight, so typically you want to make sure that if you're mix and matching sights that they're the same height. You can get into trouble using, say, a A2 style front sight and a rear lower thirds co-witness rear sight, because you're not gonna ever have the right range increments if you have incremented range stuff. He likes the Troy flip-up battle sights. The sights that he's using specifically are a dual aperture rear with tritium on the night aperture, and then on the front it is a tritium post. It's rather thick and coarse, which isn't such a big deal when you're running an optic. Currently this isn't set up with an optic, obviously, but for night shooting I could see that as being valuable. This started off life as the Bushmaster Acr Enhanced, which is the version with the folding telescoping stock and adjustable cheek piece. It doesn't go up very high like the Scar family rifles does, but it does come up just a little bit. So this began life as a Bushmaster Acr Enhanced, which meant that this comes with the nice folding stock, and it actually did not come with this handguard. This comes on the basic ACR, and the owner of this weapon actually went back and put this on there because it covers the gas block up nicer. The Enhanced comes with a triple quad rail aluminum handguard, and that goes to about here. And you know, we tend to like to grab a little bit further up on our rifles, and this enables that and covers up the gas block, and that's, I think, a pretty cool configuration there. So Bushmaster Enhanced ACR with the basic ACR front forend. Going forward to the gun, so this is a 16-inch long barrel, and that doesn't include the flash hider, which is threaded on there. This is an AAC flash hider. It is a triple prong design. It's not my preference because it is the type of flash hider that when you shoot, it rings for about a second after you shoot. So it's just like that. So that's not my favorite. If you actually file down one of these just a little bit, you'll lose that resonance, and it won't do that. But not my favorite, but it does a pretty good job of mitigating the flash. This is a multi-caliber gun, so it's chambered in 5.56 NATO 223 Remington, and you can change the bolt and barrel out. Well, it was originally designed with the impression that you could swap out to 6.8 SPC or 300 Blackout. I'm not sure how commercially available those are at this point in time. My understanding was that the Bushmaster ACR community was waiting for that, and then it never happened. That might have changed, but yeah. So it was supposed to be multi-caliber in that regard. It obviously will not accept a long action style of weapon like a 308. It's not multi-caliber up to those kinds of calibers. Oh, it's worth noting that the charging handle is a non-reciprocating design. It's not my favorite charging handle because with other non-reciprocating charging handles like the AR-15s, you have to have some sort of locking mechanism so that it doesn't blow back with the action and it stays put. And this is chintzy to me. I don't care for that. This gun has a lot of polymer on it, which bothers some people. It doesn't bother me so much because the real working parts of the gun are metal, but this bothers me just a little bit. It's kind of a minor gripe. It also tilts back a little bit, so when you charge the weapon, it kind of lends itself to your hand coming off of it, which when you hit the full rearward-most position of it, it enables the gun to just slap forward. It's gone all the way rearward. Your hand kind of slips off of it, and then it chambers. Cool. I kind of wish that it was turned around so that that flat was up here. Just a kind of minor gripe. That way there's more to grab onto, as opposed to less, so that you slip off of it easier. It would have also been my preference if this was just on both sides of the weapon. It would be super easy to do, and then you would also, it wouldn't really matter that it's on both sides because it doesn't reciprocate. So just minor gripes there. Let's go ahead and shoot it and, you know, put some rounds downrange with it, have some fun. All right, so Bushmaster ACR Enhanced basic combination custom gun. Let's do it. Let's shoot it. Let's have some fun. We're just gonna throw some lead downrange. So charge it up and so the Bushmaster ACR is not the lightest weapon in the world. It has some heft to it. Granted, I've got a 40-round Magpul magazine in it. It's probably now less than halfway full, but the front end has some heft. It is a piston gun. It does have this big kind of reciprocating mass in here for the action. That said, it's super supple to shoot, and we just got done shooting the Scar 17S, and this is just like nothing compared to that. So super easy, and this has a really nice trigger in it. The owner put a Geisley trigger in this gun, and yeah, so it feels really good, and pew pew. Sometimes it's just fun to let loose and throw some rounds downrange, guys. I mean, I can't help myself. I get my hands on a nice little carbine and I just want to bump fire it. It's just something that I do. It's fun, and you know, it's the closest thing to us plebes get to shooting full auto. So much for shall not be infringed, am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, so let's reload and heat this baby up some more. All right, Bushmaster ACR.
You did it again.
Where did it come out of?
The gun.
Did it shoot out of the empty ejection port? I think it must have. Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I think you're just shoving it in too hard.
That's what she said.
Go.
Right here.
Okay, let's try that again. All right.
Because I think your magazine sucks.
It might. That's fine if it does. Get out of there, grass.
Grass never did
All right,
it.
here we go. Never seen that before.
Do it again. Nice.
It might be time to change that Magpul mag out. So this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen with the Magpul mag. That's a little concerning, disconcerting.
Well, to be fair, you shouldn't have to. You don't have to smack it in when it's.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, that's not that aggressive. I don't like that at all. So that might be the infamous feed lips loosening up over time, because I keep this fully loaded. Didn't do it that time. Ha! Let's shoot it.
You've only got half your rounds on the floor.
Well. Make sure it doesn't shoot any bullets out. Uh-oh, what happened? What done happened? Getting a little bit of ammonia kind of feeling there. You hear the ping coming from the flash hider? It's not as noticeable when you're actually shooting it.
No, but
it's annoying when you're.
The other one was really the what do you call it? The MR762.
Yeah.
That one was super noticeable.
Yeah.
I still hear this one though.
That was scary. That paper flipped up, and I thought it was a person moving.
You're dumb.
Person out there! Charlie's in the trees. Whew. All right, got it a little bit warm. So that's interesting with the Magpul magazine. Might be time to dispose of that one, because rounds shouldn't just be shooting out of it and coming out of the gun. All right, thanks Jimlock23 for letting us borrow this gun for the day. We really appreciate it. And we're gonna show it a little bit of love with a little bit of a classic bump fire in action here. Let's see if we can do some pocket style bump firing. Got a little something there. Ooh, it's getting a little warm holding it up front like that. All right, that's a lot of fun.
Go ahead and take that barrel off real quick.
I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to thank Jimlock23. His channel description will be down in the doobly-doo below. He was kind enough to let us borrow this Bushmaster ACR that he personally owns for making this video today, and you know, get it heated up for him. Make sure it's in good working order. You're welcome, Jim. We always like to thank William Briddon and Nicole Briddon of Gray Fox Ranch and Gray Fox Gunsmithing for allowing us to come out here and shoot their dirt as we've done. And you know, we kind of basically dug up the place with all that bump firing. So this is Will with Peace, Love, and Guns signing out. We'll catch you on the next one.